Hello, and welcome to this latest video. Today we're talking about a really great topic, forgiveness. It's one of my favorite topics to talk about, and it's very important these days. I keep talking about it, but there's a lot going on in the world. There's a war in Europe, Sri Lanka is in a lot of trouble, and there's quite a few countries waiting to follow that same direction. The gas prices are wreaking havoc in the world economy. There's a lot of demagogues on the rise in many countries. Forgiveness is really about letting go of anger, letting go of resentment, and moving on. But it's also very much misunderstood. A lot of people think that forgiveness is actually a sign of weakness, a sign that you're telling them, please go ahead and offend some more, harm me some more. It's not. Imagine a situation in which an army general gets angry and acts out of anger. He wouldn't get very far in his campaign. He needs to keep a level head, plan his next moves, and if he feels emotions arising, he needs to be able to forgive and move on. The same thing with the CEO. He cannot act out of anger and resentment towards his competition. He needs to do what's right for his company, for his stakeholders. Forgiveness is, first of all, a gift to yourself. Imagine that somebody does you wrong. You're angry with that person, and you might even vent that anger. That person might then respond back in anger, and there's a lot of suffering. If you want to stop the suffering, you need to let go of the anger. And that anger is your anger. Nobody's going to take that from you. Even if you get angry with another person and you vent that anger, it's still your anger. That person might just walk away and say, this is not for me. Good luck with your anger. I'm not taking it. So if you want to move on, you need to forgive that person and let go of your anger. There's a famous story about two monks meeting a woman at a river crossing. The woman is wearing an expensive silk dress and she needs to get across the river. In those days, there were maybe not that many bridges, and the only way was to just, get some help across the river. She asked the two monks, "Can you help me across the river? Can you carry me on your back?" One of the monks, the younger monk, is saying, "Sorry, we cannot do that. We are monks. We are not allowed to touch any women, and we're just gonna go now." So he lifts up his robe and wades across the river. The oldest monk doesn't say anything, picks up the woman on his back, carries her across the stream, and then goes about his business. After an hour of walking in silence, the youngest monk cannot stand it any longer, and he screams at the older monk, "How could you do that? You've broken all the rules. You've touched a woman." The oldest monk says, "My friend, are you still carrying that woman around? Because I've put her down hours ago." This shows that the oldest monk has actually forgiven himself for this sin and considered that this is something that was not worth carrying the anger around for. The youngest monk was still suffering after an hour. He's still carrying that woman around. Forgiveness is also a very powerful gift towards others. Imagine a situation in which somebody steals your wallet. You can do two things. Police capture the person, brings him back to you. "Sir, here's your wallet, and here's the perpetrator. Do you want to press charges?" If you say yes, the person will probably go to jail, and will probably, when he gets out of jail, commit crimes again. And imagine a situation where you say, "No, I don't want to press charges. I want to buy that person lunch, and I want to have a word with him." And you talk to that person. You hear him out. You hear why he's stealing. You give him some advice on what other options there are than stealing. You might actually impact that person's life permanently, turn it around for the good. It's a very powerful gift to give to somebody. But the most important thing you can do for yourself is to actually forgive yourself for the bad things you have done. Many people walk around with a sense of guilt over something they said or done many years ago. They've never really forgiven themselves. They know what was wrong, but it's probably too much that happened in order to now go back to that person. They think, well, actually, it's never too late unless that person has passed away, which can be a really horrible situation. But the least you can do is forgive yourself. I think, in general, have a look at what we carry around in guilt and in anger. Try to let go of those feelings. Forgive yourself. Forgive others who have committed an offense against us. In the end, it will make you a happier person. And if you don't like this video, perhaps you can forgive me as well for wasting 6 minutes of your time.